Good morning and welcome in for another video with myself, Darren, and today looks to be a cloudy but very nice day. And if you are new to the channel, thank you for clicking that button to come in and watch this video, and hopefully you stay around, hit that subscribe button and come and watch many more. I am a class 1 HGV driver working in the UK, northwest of the UK to be a bit more exact, and this is pretty much my home for 12 hours a day, Monday to Friday, and sometimes the odd night out. And I've got to say, HGV driving as a career, I absolutely love it. So if anybody is a new pass and they're wondering if you've got any questions or anything about HGV driving, let me know down in comments, and either myself or one of the subscribers will be able to help you out. And today we've got another easy day as well. So first of all, we've got to go down to the docks over at Liverpool, collect 34 pallets, and then we're taking them down to Daventry. Just arrived at the docks, the time is 9 o'clock. If I left here to go straight to Daventry, I'll be getting there for 11:30. 146 miles away it is, so a 2.5 hour drive. Nice long drive. I do like the long drives though, to be fair. I prefer probably the longer drive, the better for me personally. I'll either just do one long hit for 2 or 3 hours, empty off, and then drive 3 or 4 hours back, or however long it is. And now, if you're thinking to yourself, well, if you drive there for 2 hours and then drive back 3 or 4 hours, why is the 2 hour difference? Well, it's driving past Birmingham, that's why. And to top it off, I'm absolutely full of a cold. I feel proper bunged up all around this area at the moment. So I'm hoping it clears overnight, because tomorrow we're driving to Wales, a nice week away. And I really don't want to be full of a cold. Do you know what? I'm always a little bit hit and miss with these things. 35 pallets now loaded. I've had to use 5 ratchet straps to strap down 9 pallets what are on the second bit. If you ever double stack pallets, always just throw a ratchet strap over the top just to cover yourself, because if you ever get pulled by Volta, they'll be looking into that. It's now 5 to 10, finished loaded, just about to hit the road, due to get there for 12:30 and 146 miles away. Because we did start at 7:30 this morning, we need to make sure we have a minimum 15 minutes to cover our working time directive before 1:30. Got plenty of time to drive straight down there. However, the booking is not booked until 2:30. On the way down, we'll probably be having a 15-minute break just to cover the working time directive, get our loads unloaded at the place, and then on the way back up, we'll take the 30-minute just to cover the driving time as well. That's the GoPro all set up for our journey. So let's do some zoomy time. Well, typical M6 again, isn't it? Pretty much stop start at the moment. Just got past the first junction for Stoke southbound. I think it's junction 15 off the top of my head. Northbound, there's been a bit of an accident on there, so that's what's blocking their traffic flow. But oof, I don't really want to be doing this all the way down to Birmingham and then through to Daventry. So what I'm going to do is come off the next junction for Stoke, jump onto the A50, the A500, jump onto the M1 and bypass Birmingham altogether, to be honest with you, to get straight down to Daventry. I'm just hoping the traffic at the moment clears up that little bit, because I've got about 7 miles of the M6 until the next junction. And I just don't know why the roads are so busy as well. It's 11:45 at the moment, and it just seems like nobody works anymore. It's absolute balmy how busy the roads have got recently over the last 5 years or so. At least 10 years ago anyway, when you was on the roads, it used to be pretty clear at this time in the day. To be able to put your foot down, get straight past Birmingham, get past Stoke, all of these places with no issues whatsoever. But now, I don't know if it's down to population increasing in the country so much in the last 10 years or technology. So there's a lot more people just playing with phones and doing other things instead of concentrating on driving. And then that's causing accidents then, isn't it? Because they're swerving all over the road, merging without looking, hits a car in the middle lane, and before you know it, you're backed up in 5 miles of traffic, aren't you? Try and get past an accident what could have been prevented if they paid attention. Well, that is the unfortunate state at the moment of the UK roads. No matter what time of day it is, you can guarantee you get stuck in a little bit of traffic. And we've come to a complete standstill at the moment as well. It's not good. I'm just hoping nobody's hurt. It's just a case of congestion or something, or a breakdown maybe. I'm just really hoping I can actually get back to Warrington after making our delivery in Daventry today, because I can't afford to have a night out. We're going away on a holiday tomorrow morning, very early, about 8 o'clock in the morning. So I want to be back home, have a good sleep, chill out tonight, get everything sorted for tomorrow, and then we can set off for our holiday nice and early. However, my problem is, I've done 2.5 hours of driving so far, and I've not got past the south of Stoke on the M6 South. If there was no traffic for me to get to Daventry right now, I'm looking at 1 hour and 40 minutes. So I've got 20-minute leeway to get right down there. However, that's without traffic. And taking in traffic into consideration with a lane closure up ahead, like this sign saying, it could take a little bit longer than 1 hour and 40 minutes. So I am going to be diverting through Stoke, down the A50, 500, M1, and I'm just hoping that's a little bit better than the M6. And then I've got 4.5 hours to travel back up from Daventry, which normally should be okay. You know, we're looking at about 2.5 to 3 hour drive. So I've got a 2 hour play with there. But then I can extend it by having a 45-minute break, so I drive an extra hour. So in total, I should have 5.5 hours to get back from Daventry, which is normally a 3 hour drive, give or take, with traffic. But anything is possible, isn't it, on the M6? All it takes is a little bit of hold up like this, you put back an hour, and then put back an hour on the way back up. That could be my time done. And I don't fancy a night out, really, really don't. Just at Keel Services at the moment on the M6. I've got some blue flashing lights there. The police on the hard shoulder have closed a slow lane. So I'm not too sure what's happening. It's not a smart motorway, this section of the motorway either. It's got a hard shoulder. Looks to be a truck as well. Hopefully no one's too injured. And I'm guessing what may have happened is the trucks came out of the services, and as he has got into the slow lane, the car has possibly moved over from the middle lane into the slow lane, which has then obviously hit the front of the truck, and then the trucks hit the car. Possibly. Or it could be the truck driver may have not seen the car when he's pulled out. He may have hit the car in a slow lane because they've not moved over or give way. So I'm a little bit more biased though towards truck drivers, as being a truck driver myself. I always try and give truck drivers benefit of the doubt, but as we all know, not every single truck driver is a great driver. We've seen plenty of videos out there where the truck driver is at fault, but I still try and give them a benefit of the doubt, because there is a lot more idiots that drive cars, unfortunately, and don't realise how difficult it can be to drive a truck, especially when you're at someone's bay and you're making a delivery and they say to you, oh, can you go into bay 2 for me? And it's a really hard and
difficult bay to get on. So it's like a blind side reverse. And you always get the warehouse staff or people out the office, instead of actually helping you to do a reverse or anything, you see them with other drivers all the time, where they'll just sit there at the back of the truck with the phone out, hoping that the driver crashes, instead of actually helping them. And unfortunately, that's the mentality of people these days, isn't it? They'd rather film something just to get a few extra clicks or likes on Facebook, just to take the piss out of the driver who's struggling. It could have been a first day pass driver. And there's plenty of drivers in the past, I've known one personally, where his first day on the job of doing a class 1 driving, and he didn't connect to the trailer properly. So he's drove down the road, the trailer's come off the back, it just wasn't connected on the pin properly on the 5th wheel, and then he's dropped the trailer on the road, and then he never went back to driving after that. He only drove for one day. I felt pretty bad for him, to be honest with you. Well, saying that, he didn't drive class 1s again anyway, he went straight back down to class 2, and he was doing concrete mixing at the time. But he was a good lad. But unfortunately, you do have accidents. You can have some serious accidents and some ones what are not too serious, and they can change your perspective on the job, can't they, as well, unfortunately. And especially this day and age where everybody wants to record instead of actually helping the fellow person out.
Time is now 20 past 1. It's gone so quick today, it really has. We started at 7:30 this morning, 20 past 1 already. Wow, where's the hours gone? And I'm not even arrived at Daventry yet either. Still a good half hour away from it, driving time wise. I've got 9 minutes left in my working time, so I've just had to pull over in the services, so timed it quite well for that. I've got 48 minutes left of driving time, so it wouldn't have made it anyway with driving time because the traffic's just been horrendous. Coming past Stoke, the A50 as well was a little bit busy. Yeah, so overall just grab a quick break for 45 minutes and then that'll cover my driving time and working time. Get to Daventry hopefully into time for our drop. Oh, it's gonna be a little bit late actually, but we should be okay. We made it, and we made it just within our 30-minute grace period. The time is now 2:45, was booked in for 2:15. And yeah, so we're in, we're okay. There's a guy who's on the bay at the moment in front of me. They can only do one truck at a time as well, unfortunately. This place, he's got 21 pallets, so I've got a little bit of a wait for him to finish. In the meantime, I'm going to do my side curtains, go open them up and go take the ratchet straps off on the inside as well, get them sorted and out the way. Downside with this place is a little bit overkill with the health and safety, and by that what I mean is, as a driver, if we're getting side tips on the curtains, sometimes you'll be stood outside at the back of the truck or something, so we can move the curtains to do one side of the truck whilst the FOT driver does the other side. However, at this place, what they do is, if you get out of the cab, they will then drive the FOT back into the warehouse, wait for you to do what you need to do, and then once you're in the cab, they'll come outside with the FLT. Personally, I think it's a little bit of an overkill because I've got poles in the middle of this trailer, so we have like 2 poles on either side, and when you got a full load, you got to do all your curtains, pull them all back, and then I've got to get out, move the poles into a different position because the FLT guy won't move them. So every time I do that twice, he's got to stop what he's doing, drives inside the warehouse, lets me move the pole out of the way, gets back in. It just adds like 15-20 minutes onto the empty. I've just checked as well on one of my previous clips that I've done for recording today, because I tried to edit as I go. So when I'm waiting around for say 15 minutes to get unloaded, I'll do a little bit of editing and stuff. I've just noticed my original arrival time was expected to be 12:30. It's 2:45. It just shows how much of an impact that M6 accident has had. It's just put us so far behind, because then I've had to take a 45-minute break as well. That's how quick it can happen before you're behind. So I've always tell everybody all the time, new drivers, old drivers, when you're doing this type of job, don't rush.
If you get held up in traffic, it's not your fault. If you arrive somewhere late and it gets refused because of traffic, it's not your fault. Don't stress yourself out about it. It's going to happen sooner or later to you. It really is. But if you're rushing around, accidents happen. So whatever you do, don't rush. Just take your time, carry on as normal. If you're late, you're late, and it can always get delivered tomorrow. At least you're home safe. That's the main thing.
One thing I do hate about ratchet straps though, it's not necessarily putting them on, because sometimes they can be a little bit of a pain to put on, but it's wrapping them up. So a little bit of a tip for it: if you get a really long ratchet strap, which is stupidly long for what you need it for, if you fold about a third of it in half, about a third length, about that much will do for you. Fold it in half like so, and then start wheeling it in from there. So just tip it around, just like so. Just keep following it around, wrapping it up, so it's like that there. And then it's just that little bit quicker to wrap the whole of the strap up. So, you know, I used to sit there for ages doing these like 20-foot long ratchet straps, taking ages. But if you fold a third of it up, and you just roll it up, but when you throw it over the trailer, because you've still got 2/3 of it in your hand when you're throwing it, if that makes sense, it'll still unravel on the other side perfectly fine. So you've got nothing to worry about that side. But I keep telling myself, invest in one of those, either electric ones or like a little winder you can get as well. They're quite cool. But I've heard that they break after a few uses. So let me know, are they worth getting? And each of our trailers have these little boxes, which is quite cool. So you're never out of ratchet straps. So away you go.
That's the last pallet just been taken off. The time is 10 to 4, so it's just over an hour of being here, and I had to wait in queue as well. So that's not too bad considering the first guy had 21 pallets and I had 35. So yeah, FOT guy, you done good. Thanks very much. I just need to do the side curtains now, then make my way back down to Warrington, or back up to Warrington if you want to be correct. And yeah, hopefully I'll get back at a decent time. And by a decent time, I mean in time within my driving hours, so I can actually get on my holidays.
Right, okay, I've got 4.5 hours driving remaining with it extended. However,
it's definitely going to be a late one because it's 4 o'clock now. I'm due to get back to the yard probably around 7 o'clock, more than 10 to, because of traffic, etc. But if we get held up by an hour, I could be on a night out.
And as I mentioned earlier, Leanne will absolutely kill me if on a night out, the night before we're meant to be going away on holiday. Fair enough, we're not going away abroad or anything, so we'd have to catch a plane, but I want to try and get to Wales nice and early.
I've just stopped off for a quick 15-minute over at Donington Parts Services for a quick coffee, and the time is now 5:30. So I've been travelling for an hour and a half. The traffic was really heavy on the M1 northbound. Just seeing what this guy was doing, if he was all right getting in that space. Yeah, so traffic's a little bit heavy on northbound on the M1. So going down out to the A50, 500, etc. through to Stoke, jump on the M6. I spoke to Leanne earlier on, and the traffic is meant to be horrendous around Knutsford to Lymm on the M6. So I'm hoping not to get caught up too much in that. Hopefully it'll be cleared by the time we do reach that area. 88 miles to go, and sat-nav is saying 7:20, so 2 hours. I've got 3 hours of driving left, and yeah, so 3 hours driving. Any hiccups, which is really possible, isn't it, really, going down past Stoke in the M6, could be expecting an hour delays. Hopefully not, because they haven't got any more time to extend. The traffic has just been absolutely horrendous. I'm pretty confident I will make it back though before that time, so I won't need a night out. I'm just hoping I won't need a night out anyway. I mean, like you say, this is part of driving. Sometimes you have days like this where it is going to be a little bit close to finishing at your legal limits, really. Unfortunately, that's part of the parcel of this job. I wouldn't have thought it would take 10 hours though to drive to and back from Daventry, from Warrington. But we did start in Liverpool though, so that's probably added an extra 30 minute to 40 minute on our journey straight away, hasn't it? So you're looking about 3.5, 4 hours maybe driving on a good day. You got traffic building up with the accident earlier, which is on the M6. It just caused massive delays. But overall, yeah, I am confident with it, getting back at a decent time. Well, here I am, back at the garden, back home. So the time's 8 o'clock now. I was in that much of a rush to finish off. I didn't actually manage to finish off the video, so I'm just doing it now. Got back to the yard for 7:30 and finished. Everything was all good. Little man's in bed, unfortunately, so Leanne's just seeing to him, making sure he's settling down okay. So it's another day. I don't actually get to see my lad. You don't always have days like this. It's only every so often. However, though, Phil, the local cat. Hello, Phil. I don't even know whose cat it is. But yeah, we renamed him Phil. About 6 months ago, he appeared in our garden. He was eating bread, what I've left out for the birds. So I was thinking, bread for a cat is not going to be good on its intestines and guts and whatnot. So what I did, I give it some tuna, you know, sorted it out. Then since then, every single morning when I get up from work, getting everything sorted out, like 5 o'clock in the morning, he's at the back gate meowing. When I come home from work, he's there waiting. More food probably. I don't know where he sleeps at night, but he's not staying in our house at night time because he's probably got a home somewhere, hasn't he? We shouldn't be feeding him, to be fair, but it's better than bread, which he keeps eating off the floor. So that's what my excuse is. And every time you come round, mate, you're always absolutely starving, aren't you? Hey, but you're a good one. Yeah, you're really good with Albie. You let Albie stroke you and stuff. So you're not being aggressive towards him. So you look after Albie, let Albie stroke you, and I'll look after you, bud. Look at that, he just runs straight off to the house. Straight away. He doesn't let himself in all the time. Since I'm actually in holiday mode now, because we've just finished off work for the last time, thought I'd treat ourselves to a nice salt and pepper box. This is from one of the Chineses near us, and it's 20 quid. Big salt and pepper box. Well worth it. Scrummy. So he's let himself in again.
Because he wants the chicken.
There we have it. So thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourself, and tomorrow's vlog is going to be en route to our holiday destination, which is going to be released on Monday, not tomorrow. Bit confusing, I know, but hey, we do this a day before and then put them up a day after. So thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourself. Bye for now.